Yo, what is going on, guys? We're having a fantastic day today, so I want to go over some more Philadelphia Eagles news, some more things I kind of think that there's some things that are not set in stone yet. Want to go over a couple more trade requests the Eagles could make, but this is all speculation with some of the trade news. I don't want to go overboard with it, but some things I definitely need to go over, contracts and certain aspects of what the Eagles could go after in free agency, and the Eagles have released one player so far. So let's get straight into all the news.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? We're just having a fantastic day today. So, few more days as we get rolling with free agency. Negotiations start on Monday, but we have some coaching news for the Philadelphia Eagles. It looks like former Temple defensive coordinator DJ Elliot will become the new linebackers coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. So, DJ Elliot, 46 years old, will replace Nick Rallis as the linebacker coach. He was at DC at Kansas, Colorado, and Kentucky. He actually coached Eagles 6th-round pick Kyron Johnson, that I think is an outside linebacker right now, and hoping to see better things from him. But hey, no Matt Patricia. We can't really complain about it. At least they're giving somebody a chance outside of the NFL. They go into the college ranks and they grabbed the Temple defensive coordinator. So I've watched some video on him. He seems very energetic. Seems like he likes to see these linebackers or see these defensive guys hit, which is great. If you haven't checked out any video on him, definitely check out video on him. He's got some mic'd up moments, and he seems like a really exciting coach, and I'm pretty excited about it. Can't really complain at all. DJ Elliott is your new linebackers coach. Everybody's going to be very happy about that one. It looks like the Eagles have released a player getting a whopping $1 million in cap savings. Yeah, that's... I have a cough today. That is pretty much what it was. I mean, I saw the Eagles have released, and I got all excited, and it said Brett Toth, and I was like, nah. So that freed up $1 million for the day. We need more moves than that. So the Eagles are probably at $9.5 to $10.5 million right now in cap. So nothing special there, but obviously it's something that we have to report, which is interesting. Now, the other stuff that's pretty interesting right now is the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson situation. Yeah, I know we probably should be done talking about it. There's some weird stuff going on right now. I feel like there's been a lot of interest for Chauncey. Some reports have come out that the Browns are really eyeing Chauncey really bad, and they want to get him onto the roster. They want to sign him to a big deal. Now, Ryan Clark was actually on ESPN and really talked about how the Eagles cannot let him go, that as much as Jalen Hurts should be your bona fide signing at quarterback, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is your bona fide signing on that defense. I think the most important signing this offseason could be Chauncey Gardner-Johnson on that defense. Ryan Clark had a lot to say about it, and Chauncey did retweet at it and was like, appreciate the respect or something like that. But I feel like as much as I thought it was over, the Eagles are going to take a swing and try to attempt to get this deal done. I feel like they're going to try to attempt to get it done. Will it be a success? I have no idea. I don't care about the comp pick, okay? I care about building block pieces, and this is a building block piece for your defense. At 25 years old, to just let him go, and I'm not saying that Howie Roseman is just doing it for a comp pick, which I really hope not. He obviously sees what Chauncey brings to the table. Okay, but then the second thought of this whole thing is that it's different when you draft a player here. When the Eagles draft a player and then they sign that player to a new contract, just like Brandon Graham's been here his whole entire career and never wants to leave. Chauncey's only been here for 1 year. So does he have any type of, I don't know, does he stick to this team so well where he doesn't want to leave? I don't know. But this is something that you really have to try to get done. And I know I said it was over, but the talks have been going on and on. The way that these reporters are talking about this is kind of telling me that the Eagles are really going to take one last stand and really, really try to get a deal done. And if they can get it done, then fantastic. And then I'll feel more comfortable going into free agency and what they're going to do. But every time I look at a report or every time I look on TV and they're talking about this situation with Chauncey returning to the Eagles or really Howie trying to sign him back, it seems like the Eagles haven't given up on signing him. This is only speculation because I don't know what's really going on, but how everybody is talking right now is that, Howie's going to make one last stand to really try to get him back into Philadelphia before Monday, because Monday teams start negotiating. Players start negotiating with the teams that have interest in them, with their agents, and we're going to find out what it is. And if we lose them, we lose them. But if there is a chance, from what it sounds like, this isn't over per se yet. So got to wait a little bit longer on it, but there's some good things to take away from it. So we're going to keep this open with an open mind and kind of move forward. So we'll see what happens. Now, there has been, and like I said, we're going to talk about two players right now on contract for the same team if the Eagles actually have interest. Now, Adam Thielen is an interesting one because Adam Thielen is most likely going to be released by the Vikings by Monday, okay, before Monday starts and the free agency begins on, obviously, these deals are in negotiation. When I look at the contract of Adam Thielen, it really seems impossible because his 23 cap hit is $19 million, which is a lot. And that's probably why they're going to release him. They save a good amount of money on him. And his 24 cap hit is 21. And then, then his 25 is voided so they can back out of it. We'll probably owe a little bit of money. So you have you have 2 years with Adam Thielen with really big cap numbers. I understand why they're releasing him. Adam Thielen is kind of regressed. He still puts up good numbers. He's reliable, but could be a good number 3 for the Eagles if they really do want him. Because of the money situation right now, and they haven't really freed up a lot of cash flow, it's really hard for me to say if they would actually sign him and maybe extend it to kind of save money and lessen those cap hits for every year. But Adam Thielen, I'm not saying has regressed, but is not the same player he used to be, but is still very, very, I think the Vikings can definitely get a good number 2 to really pair up with Justin Jefferson, and they have to go younger, and obviously Thielen's getting a lot older now, so putting him on the Eagles as a number 3 would be a really interesting, reliable hands. You may not get the speed like you do from Quez, but you have good route running, you have a savvy vet inside, and could do a really good job for you. So, like I said, this is just speculation, but this would be an interesting one to kind of look at and see what you could do with that contract if it's even possible. Now, this isn't a trade. This is a flat-out release, so the Eagles would have to, maybe make something worth it here for Adam Thielen, which would be kind of amazing. I understand people are going to look at me and be like, dude, just go in the draft and get a number 3, or there's got to be a cheaper number 3 out there. Maybe there is, okay, and there definitely is. It's not going to be really hard to get a number 3 receiver in the building as of right now. Quez Watkins hasn't been traded yet, so until I see that happen, where the Eagles will probably get a mid-round pick to a late-round pick for him, a 5th rounder, something like that, then I can see really this happening. But this is definitely something to definitely keep an eye on with Adam Thielen coming to the Eagles on obviously in free agency, which would be kind of nuts. So going to definitely keep my eye on that. Another player from the Vikings I'm actually really interested in is, kind of see where it goes. The news on Dalvin Cook was coming out all over the place the other day, whenever you're watching this video. So Dalvin Cook is not going to take a pay cut, okay? It looks like they're moving on from Dalvin Cook. It looks like it's going to happen. Okay, now Dalvin Cook's numbers going to 23-24 seasons. His cap hit is $14 million. He's making $10 million this year. And then in 24, he's a $15.6 million cap hit. making $11 million. So he's making an extra $1 million these next couple of seasons, but $14 and $15 million cap hits between this year and next year. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Trading for Derrick Henry is only going to cost like $10 million for the year, but would the Eagles even pay that? So the news, I kind of got interested in this because it would have to be a trade. Number 2, Dalvin Cook said he's not taking a pay cut. And number 3, a few teams have already called the Vikings about a trade for Dalvin Cook. Could the Eagles actually be one of these teams? Not really sure. Yeah, sounds really stupid because you have a lot of running backs in this draft. I totally understand that. I'm thinking of what Howie Roseman would do. This way they wouldn't have to draft a running back this year with those one of those first round picks that they have. And, then you won't really, then you could really focus on other positions on defense and getting a running back in the first round. So I don't think this would happen because, like I said, even from Dalvin Cook's perspective, like if he's not taking a pay cut and these cap numbers are going to be the way they are, who knows? He might actually crumble a little bit and might have to take less because it's just too much right now. And obviously Dalvin Cook as a running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, yeah, he would be a bona fide stud in that backfield. There's no doubt about it. Staying healthy and he's a Pro Bowl running back. There's no doubt. And the Eagles would have some extra firepower with that. A nice duo between Jalen Hurts, Dalvin Cook, or you could pair Jalen Hurts with a lot of these running backs, and it would look really dangerous offensively. But like I said, about Thielen, about Dalvin Cook, take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it too seriously. I'm just speculating. I'm just getting into the whole thing of what could happen. Because when I heard a few teams have called, reportedly came out from NFL Rumors that a few teams have already called for his services already, and a trade could go down. Would the Eagles actually be one of those teams? Or would they at least be involved and say, hey, we'll just throw him a draft pick and see what happens, like they kind of did with the Christian McCaffrey thing? Okay, like they did it with Christian McCaffrey. They threw a 4th, a 5th rounder, whatever it was, probably knowing they weren't going to get him, and then they ended up not getting him. So I could see them kind of doing that again. Maybe just doing their due diligence, calling them up, say, hey, we'll give you this and let us know. And they probably denied it. So even if we find it out, it really wouldn't surprise me if they try to make this move if they could. So it's an interesting thing to really talk about. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So, like I said, there's going to be a lot of trade candidates. There's a lot of players that are released right now. The Eagles are going to have some good market defensive players that they could get. But offensively, would they actually add firepower to this offense through trade? Or through free agency in general. Really wondering, because at the end of the day, guys, your defense has 11 free agents. Your offense is really losing Miles Sanders and Kelsey stays. You only got to worry about Cam Jurgens moving to that right guard spot. So really, at the end of the day, the only position you're worried about on offense this year, this offseason right now, is the running back position, which would be interesting enough to see if they would actually go for that. Because obviously, going through free agency the next few weeks of what the Eagles are going to do, before the draft next month, we'll kind of designate what the Eagles are going to do. Obviously, if they trade for a running back, if they trade for a running back in free agency or via trade, then you'll know that they're not grabbing a running back in the draft. Most likely. They could draft another guy later on in the later rounds because the running back group, the classes goes as deep as the 4th round. These 16 running backs are graded 4th round or higher than that, from a 4th round grade and higher, which is kind of nuts, kind of a deep class this year. So if they want to kind of, have 3 running backs on the roster like they usually do, they don't bring back Boston Scott because he'll be a free agent as well, will be very interesting. So let me know what you guys think about an Adam Thielen trade, an Adam Thielen signing, a Dalvin Cook trade. Let me know what you guys think about DJ Elliot, the new linebackers coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. Brett Toth was released for $1 million, which, yeah, at least they're doing something. And the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson situation just not settling with me so far, is that I think that they're doing a little bit more with this. So I feel like it's not over yet. We're close to being over with it, but I feel like Howie Roseman's making one last push to get something done to keep him in the building, because I'm shocked that they're going to flat out just get rid of him. I'm still shocked over it a little bit. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. If you guys have made it this far in this video, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm ready for another offseason, another crazy year for the Philadelphia Eagles, and hopefully get back to the big game next year. So you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, follow us, peace out, guys. Peace.